Welcome back to For the Love of Gaming's online Extravaganza 3, running in support of To Write Love on Her Arms. My name, as you might know, if you've been watching with us for a little while, is Tree, and with us we have a real treat of a game, a franchise that I have loved for many years, a franchise that anybody who with an affinity for Sony consoles might know very well. It is Ape Escape 3, any percent, being run by Lieutenant Corporal Falco.
Lance Corporal Falco.
Show us how it's done.
Hello,
Lance
everyone.
Corporal.
Hello,
Thank
everyone.
you for the correction.
I'm Lance Corporal Falco. Welcome to Ape Escape 3. Joining me is Sergeant Silent for this run.
Hello.
He's here to keep me awake.
Indeed.
As it is 4:11 a.m. in my time zone. Just for the fans. So,
I'm excited.
Sergeant, would you... Okay, so... First things, time starts. On the frame, I move. On the frame, I can move. So when I say go, you can start the timer.
Ready.
Okay. Ready. And... Go.
Go. Let's go. You got this, and good luck. And actual good luck, because these monkeys are gonna give you not good luck, and we both know that.
They are going to give me heck.
So, you were about to ask something before you started explaining the time. What can I do you for, mate?
Okay, the first things first is to explain why I picked Sayaka over Satoru.
So, Sayaka, or those of you in the West may know her as Yumi. The main reason to pick her is because she does slightly more damage to bosses with her stun club, but the more notable one is there is, I think, 7 or 8 monkeys through the course of this run we're going to be catching that instead of what you see here where the monkey, his helmet turns red and they kind of panic and they run away, will actually become enamored and basically fall on the ground and let you swing this, is it still called the time net in this game? Swing it at them.
I call it the monkey net.
Sayaka is actually a pop idol. Also, if I say Sayaka, I do mean Yumi. We are in Japanese, which if you'd like to explain why we're in Japanese, since we just finished the first level.
Oh yes, we are in Japanese because it is the fastest language to run this game on. Not only that, but also we are playing the PlayStation Network version. Basically a PS2 port on the PS3.
Yep. So, they did a couple fun things with the Japanese version, which we can explain when we get there, but basically, it's not language that makes Japanese faster, as you might be expecting. All cutscenes in this are skippable. Anytime we do have a text box, it's one of these phones that we accidentally triggered. So there, one of the main gimmicks of Ape Escape is you enter a level, you get X amount of monkeys, so you can see in the bottom right that Falco here needs 7 monkeys in this stage, 6 now after he caught 1, which is quite a lot for the second stage based on this series. But going into these stages and throughout the game likes to give you more gadgets, new tools to mess with. Ooh.
He's usually a problem child, that one.
That was a nice catch, though.
Yeah, Wolf Dan is usually a bit of a problem. He wasn't this time.
There's enough monkeys in this game that are problems that when we name a monkey, it's probably because we expected them to be a problem. There's like 300 monkeys in this game, I think. Thankfully, in any percent. I don't have an exact count, but it's probably only...
There is over 360. I know there's a monkey for every day of the year.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There's over 360, but I think any percent needs like 180, maybe like half, maybe closer to 240, but we don't need them all. That's what you need to know.
We don't need them.
Nope, just get the minimum required, then get kicked out of the stage, and never look back. So the gadget we got there is the monkey radar. It's not useful.
It is so good, we don't even use it once.
Yeah, it's optimal to not put it on yet, because we're confident in our skill to know where all the monkeys are. It does actually have a use in Ape 3, but we're gonna see that, I believe, next level. This is...
The next
Right.
level, we just equip it, and that's it.
Yeah, gets even more exciting. What's this level? This isn't Frightmare. Frightmare is 2.
Frightmare is like 2. This is called Knight's Castle here.
Nice. So what are we gonna be seeing in this level?
Or in the UK, this is called the splash on the screen. You might remember the splash text on the screen. It says something like a blurb or something about the program. In the UK, it calls this show Howler Monkey's Unmoving Castle. For any Studio Ghibli fans watching, that's a great film. Oh, nice. Didn't think I was going to get that one.
Speaking of shows, so the rough lore of the game is everyone except for us is hypnotized by television. We just happened to not be watching TV at that time. Shoutouts to having to go to school because we're like 9. And now we're here to save the world. Also, we're gonna do our first clip in the game. We're gonna get behind an invisible wall using a very specific bit of movement, and then using that, get on a seam of those 2 doors, get in between them, and just slide right through them. That is going to let us avoid hitting that button and save probably like 2-3 seconds
Pretty much.
over watching that cutscene, before accounting for the fact that monkey's random. Also, the other thing Ape 3 introduced, not only gadgets, we have a cool little toy here that we're about to use. Now, you're not going to see it for too long here, but would you like to explain the rough thing that just happened for everyone?
Basically, what Aki gave us earlier was something called a morph, or transformation. She gave us Fantasy Night. We just used that to capture those 2 monkeys playing Beauty and Beast over there. And we're going to use it for this, our first boss fight, White Monkey. Or Monkey White for those who are in the West.
What about Ookie White? Then what?
Good luck.
So,
Oh.
I mentioned earlier that name escaped me here. Yumi hits a little harder. The really only case where that's super relevant is White. You kill White in like 1 hit faster. The general strat for White is to hit the cog on the side of his mouth and then flex by jumping off the bridge. I don't actually know why you do that. I assume it's just for fun, because you can.
I think it's like half a second faster, if I recall
That
correctly.
saves time. Wow.
I think so, at
That's
least.
crazy. So, just for preference, I've dabbled in every Ape game. Ape 3 is not my specialty. 90% of why I'm here is to keep our runner awake. 10% is because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when it's like nearly 4:20 a.m. in your time zone, you need someone who's in a good time zone to keep you awake.
Exactly.
Right, now we get to equip the radar, but we're not going to use
Right.
it. We're going to use this instead.
There we go. Look at that. We put it on and we forgot about it already.
Yeah, we need the dash hoop. That's all we need, really.
The dash hoop, the zoomy hoop, the speed hoop, whatever you want to call it, it makes you go fast.
The hula hoop.
Or as we call in the Ape Escape community, zoomy goomy onto the next one. That's what you do. You get one and you go on.
And
Now-
someone else called it a dentist drill.
A dentist drill?
Because that's what it sounds like when you go fast.
I can see that, yeah. Or I guess I can hear that.
You cannot unhear it now.
No, I really can't. Now, you'll notice again. I mentioned there's like 360 some monkeys in this game. That room we walked in had 3 just there. There's gonna be a lot of rooms we can walk into that just have a lot of monkeys. We're not necessarily going to be getting them all because being any percent, we need the fastest ones. So it's possible throughout this run we might actually see a monkey that we wanted decide, no, not gonna happen this run, and we'll get a backup know if you have any of those planned or, any possible backups. Because usually in Ape, it's like, well, I kind of need him. That's unfortunate. So this is
Clark.
This is super. Oh, did you get him?
I got him now.
No, he can't see you. Let's go. That was super
nice camera.
monkey.
It's like playing.
Super
It's like I'm
Monkey's-
playing Simpsons Hit and Run all over again. Nice camera.
Yo.
Shout out to Crazy Tone Dog
Yeah.
earlier.
The Super Monkey is pretty annoying if it gets away. So here we're gonna do our second clip. We have a pretty specific lineup for this. We have a couple of visual cues and movement cues to make sure that we get this. And then if we get it right, we're gonna squeeze into the wall, line up, and then angle ourselves precisely to jump into the void. And with that, boom, we got into this level backwards. We're gonna move into these monkeys.
Nice.
Wow, nice quad, dude. That's not easy to do.
You'll have to
It's
see it.
really impressive to get all 4.
Love to see it.
Usually you get 3. The important ones are the speedy blue guys. But yeah, you got all 4. That's really impressive.
We'd love to see it.
But yeah, you got in there from the back, skipping a cutscene, letting you sneak up on all of those guys and nab them. That does not work if you try from the front. No, it does
No,
not.
they see you and they run.
Alright, so correct me if I'm wrong. We got the slingback shooter there.
The most
So,
broken weapon in the game.
Indeed. Speaking of the gadgets, you notice that on circle is no longer our radar. That's because
We don't need it.
We don't need it. It's lived its one use. In Ape 3 and the Japanese release of Ape 2, they have something called Quick Gadget Select, which...
No.
Oh, no. Okay, let's hope this doesn't happen.
Okay. Crisis
Oh,
averted.
okay. Nice recovery. Nice recovery.
That would have been a
Quick
disaster.
Quick Gadget Select lets you just push the face button, and you can swap to the next available gadget in that rotation, including swapping gadgets that are not on your hotbar and are not. As for that, would you like to explain why that was so scary?
Okay, if a monkey steals your net and captures you, you go all the way back to the hub. It is so stupid. You lose a lot of time like that.
Yep. In that particular case, it was scary, but it wouldn't have been too bad because we were one room in. There's monkeys. Each monkey has its own tendency to be aggressive or not. Some monkeys are at the very last room in the end of a stage. We have to get them in any percent, annoyingly. Which means you don't want to get caught by them. You
Absolutely
really don't.
Oops, I accidentally knocked off a teleborg off for that one.
It's free cookies if you kill him, but we don't need to. He's not really an issue, I imagine.
Nah, we could just farm some off of the nice little thing we're about to fight with, using this
is
nice
true.
little robot that was
Yeah,
provided for us.
While you fight this guy, do you want to explain, since you're the one doing it, how this controls? Because it's not. I don't know if it's as intuitive as you think it is.
You press the 2 control sticks up and you push them down, and you go zoom.
Yeah, everyone just imagine doing that as often as Falco just did. It's a bit. It feels quite interesting to do that.
Push stick up, go fast.
Alright, and we're gonna get 2 monkeys there and be done with the level. Thankfully, one of them was just out of commission, making him easy. It's the other one we have to worry about, but he let us catch him nice and easy, and we're out of that level. That was, other than the almost net catch, that was pretty decent TV studio. I don't even remember what the name of that stage is. These
Next to TV studio, I think. I don't know. I have
Yeah,
to look
these-
at my live split. Actually, no, I can't even
these-
trust my own splits.
these levels have a different name in America, in Europe, and in Japan, so the names aren't going to be consistent. So we got another gadget here.
The Aquanet.
Water net. Aquanet? Water net?
it's called the
Saru
Aquanet, yeah.
Blaster? Alright, we'll call it the Aquanet here. It is useful because it's required, but there are other uses for it. We'll
It's the
get
second
to
most
later.
broken weapon in the game.
Yeah.
It really is.
You're gonna see why I refer to the slingshot as a broken weapon in a minute.
Yes. Our first instance of a nice piece of tech. Yo, good catch. That guy can get away from you, and he becomes a real nuisance when he's gone.
He becomes a bad boy.
All right.
We don't
Now
like
we
that.
have our elephant friend. Now, the weak part of the elephant is the trunk, but if you're trying to hit the trunk, you're
Good
probably
luck.
getting hit back. So that was a pretty good elephant. Just sit there, hit him, goes down. We do that in the morph not only because it's good damage, but we want the double catch utility. And now this is one of the few times we actually want to take time to collect stuff, because we need to make a couple shopping trips during this run. Do we make one or two?
I make one. I don't need to
One?
go up there. I need to show off this.
Alright.
There we go.
Second try, let's go. So yes, you did just see a 9-year-old girl fly into the sky. Falco, would you like to explain what you just showed us?
So what that is called hit drop storage. Basically, it's a series of inputs. You jump once, jump twice, hold the slingshot back. Press L3 at one point. I don't know, I can't remember the input order. Then you push it down.
Yeah.
Then you come out of like first person view. All right, let's try it again here.
So we're gonna.
Right,
do
I'm
it a
still going
second
too
time
fast
here.
for it. Is that gonna work? Okay, it worked.
Let's go. So the top of that gravestone doesn't have collision. In fact, you'll notice a lot of the top of things don't have collision. Also, that was an example of the Yumi fan club. So we can really take advantage of that instead of doing things the way they were intended to be. The rough explanation for anyone who that was too complicated for is when you aim in the slingshot, the game thinks that you're standing on the ground, which lets you do a lot of dumb things. There's your layman's explanation.
The fun fact about the slingshot is that not only is it broken in this game, it's also broken in Ape 1 and Ape 2.
Yeah.
It's just broken across the entire trilogy. I don't need to go there yet.
The PSP port, OTL, it's also broken in. So pretty much every game with a slingshot, you're gonna be using a slingshot for one reason or another. So this is our first shopping trip. We brought what's called a morph gauge, or morph stock, sorry. You could see in the top left is a little green gauge. That being full means we can turn into a specific morph. And we're also going to spend some money here doing our first, getting some pellets for an upcoming couple of bosses here. And then we're going to be moving into Wild West.
It's got one of the best soundtracks in this game. Wild West Village. Post Cat Jam.
I like
can't
this
skip the
song.
cutscene.
Well, while we're waiting through the cutscene, I do have a donation.
Let's hear it.
We have $15 from an escaped ape who says, "Just let me live my life." Thank you very much, escaped ape.
Thank you.
That's
thank
good.
you.
Thank you, an escaped ape.
Unfortunately, we have to send you back to Monkey Park, but we can let you enjoy time free before we get there. We are required to send just about every monkey here back, but we appreciate it a lot, man.
Alright, we're gonna come up to our next problem monkey. His name is Mumbo.
Yes, Mumbo.
He's very
the
annoying.
Luchador. All right, I'm hoping for the RNG.
Oh,
here.
nice.
Nice.
It's usually a very big problem.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, that monkey is going to see you, turn around, spin into you, take your net, and probably dunk you. If not, or he'll take your club, and then he'll just dunk you with the club. He's not fun if you don't get exactly what happened.
Now, are we watching the cutscene or are we going for the clip?
Yeah, we're watching this.
Nice.
It's a
possible to
small
get-
time loss.
Yeah, it's possible to clip into the train without hitting the button, but it is completely okay to do that. Oh, I see we have a big donation while we run along this train.
Would you like to read it
Sure
out?
do. I sure would. Taco Von Dutch sent in a donation with the following message. I have such a deep connection with this cause. Everyone out there, please remember. Your truth, your fears, your pain, and your doubts do not make you a burden. They make you human. So we're here to remind you, you are not a burden. And accompanying that message is a $1,000 donation.
Whoa.
Thank
That's
you,
a big...
Taco Man Dutch. You
Thank you.
madman.
Thank you so much. And that is very true. Thank you so much.
base donation.
And with that, we're heading out of the train. We have finished Wild West. Now, there's a whole nother room to that level, even further back, but we
We don't see it in
don't
any
want
percent.
that.
You see it in
absolutely
the other
not.
categories, but not this one. We're going up to our second boss, by the way.
Now, we're gonna, I believe, do something really cool with this guy. You're supposed to turn into a morph that we got last stage, which you haven't seen yet. Instead, what we're going to do is basically completely cheese Blue Monkey, or Uki Blue here, instead of nice. Congratulations.
Nice.
I knew you wanted to get that, so I'm happy you did.
That's the fastest I think I've ever gotten Blue Monkey.
New gold. Added to the splits.
I don't even have life split up.
But yeah, you're supposed to use the cowboy costume to do that.
The cowboy costume
we
is
don't have
so
time
good.
For that.
It's so good, but we don't even use it once.
No. It's useful in other categories for like 2 niche monkeys, but in general,
Nah. We don't
if
need
you
it.
can avoid it, slingback shooter, and then do a new move that was added to Ape 3. You saw when we jumped, we did like a little stun club spin. Every time Sayaka spins the club, it does a hit. So that's a really, really powerful move when you couple that with the fact that Sayaka's stun club does a little bit more damage. Alright, we got our RC car here. This, honestly, I would say the RC car it's a annoying necessity. I don't like it. It feels like it really breaks the flow of the game personally, but it's what you gotta do. Alright, and we're gonna try, as a girl, we get sent into the girls' room here, girls' side of the onsen, but there are monkeys on the boys' side that we really want because they're right here for us.
Yeah, we
So
kinda
we're gonna
need 'em.
take advantage of that. Yeah, these 2 monkeys make a huge difference because it cuts out. He does not want to let you get him. It cuts out a whole side room, just by getting those 2 monkeys. And now, I'm gonna do another application of
Nice.
the why the slingback shooter is broken, coupled with why the water
Ah.
net is also really powerful here. We just flew completely out of the water. Basically, we stored that grounded state, went into the water, and when we wanted to come out of the water, we just told the game, we're ready, and we flew space with our grounded state. So simultaneously, we went to space while grounded because we were swimming.
NASA getting on
It's
us.
It's Ape 3, guys. Just accept it. That's how it works.
NASA needs to get in on this.
Alright, and now this room, we're kind of on a cycle, are we not? There's a pterodon we need to catch.
Yeah. Oh, that guy nearly caught me.
Ooh, nice. First try up means that we're on a great spot to make sure we get this pteranodon, because he is carrying a monkey. Oh, that's unfortunate, but I don't think it's.
That guy nearly
the
caught me.
path he takes is pretty small, so we can still work around that.
It's just a circle.
Yeah. So we're gonna get him. Come get this guy hanging from a different dinosaur. I'll take your guesses as to what kind of dinosaur that was.
I think it was, do you think he saw us?
Doofickysaurus.
Because he had one eye. Ow! Thank you.
And now we're gonna get this red guy. Wow, he did not kill you, which is nice. That monkey is really annoying. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you lose your cookies, you just get sent back to the start of the current room, correct?
I think there is a checkpoint somewhere on the level. No, you don't get sent back to the start of the room.
That's good. Oh yeah, some of the longer rooms you definitely don't. Alright, so we're moving into the snow level.
A nice chill level.
First snow level.
I might have to get rid of an enemy to farm a cookie.
Yeah, and you want to hit enemies in the spring on their back in order to make sure that they die in one hit, coupled with the fact that the lower your cookies are, the more likely an enemy is to drop one.
You like that?
Now, these two monkeys are incredibly annoying because the switch you need to hit is... If you fly up there, it's like there, but no, it's really not. Anything you'd like to talk about during this? Oh, we have some...
Yeah. Oh yes, we haven't explained the color-coded monkeys.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's kind of interesting to explain that at Ape 3 because so many monkeys in Ape 3 are not color-coded. But if this is your first time seeing Ape Escape, in general for the main 3 games, there are a couple different colors. So there's red, yellow, white, light blue, dark blue, and green. I don't believe we ran into a green yet, but the reds are very
aggressive.
They hit aggressive, yes. They're very aggressive and high damaging. The yellows are your average monkey of average intelligence. Sometimes they have guns, sometimes they have sticks, sometimes they just run. Whites are meant to be smart monkeys.
They throw bombs.
Green are even smarter monkeys who fire rockets. Dark blue are super speedy, super fast monkeys. We generally do not want a dark blue getting away if we can help it. And then there are 2 more actually. My bad. There's the light blue who are scared. They hide and they only react if you get in their face. And then there are black pants monkeys who always have a gun. It's like a small Uzi. Actually, in Ape 3, do they? Or do they?
Yep, they do.
They changed that. Okay. So I'm thinking about the next game in the series. They have black pants, but they don't necessarily have a gun. Some of them have a chainsaw. Ape 3 gets kind of weird because it changes a lot of monkeys to just have a costume. You could really see this game focuses on costumes. So it's like, what is this monkey going to do? Also, new morph for a new level theme.
We are going to be using this a lot.
Yeah, we're talking about Slingback being OP. That's OP, but really nothing except for maybe the Slingback compares to this. Would you like to explain how Ninja works?
Basically, how Ninja works is not only is your walking speed faster, but it's also you also do more damage and you are better at catching monkeys. I'd like to hit that switch, please.
So we are on a timer here. We do need to make sure our movement counts, or we have to use another morph gauge. What we were supposed to do was catch this black ninja here with the sorry for the ums and hms here. Thinking on the fly. We're trying to catch him with ninja. However, any small bit of missed movement can cause the morph to end. You could see in the top left how long we have. We only have 30 seconds with it, so that monkey is actually really tight to get here.
He's rough.
Even with this extended range, which by the way only happens if you spin the analog stick to activate those like 2 ninjas that do extra damage. We're gonna do hip drop storage again to get out of bounds.
Where's the trigger?
Didn't quite make it, but
Where's the trigger? There it is.
There it is. It's possible to miss that. Oh, nice cutscene. It's possible to miss that and follow the void, so it's a good thing that we did not. Grabbed him.
That one sometimes steals your net.
Because you dropped into that room, the monkeys are active in the cutscene before you are. It's very possible to come out with a monkey flying straight into your face and just that's gone, and then you get dunked on. And we do not want to get dunked on in this room, especially because we're very far into this level here.
Casually, that's the last room in the level.
Yeah. I really liked the before we had hip drop storage, we had to do this level a different way.
Ow.
So I really like the path that we take, to get through this room now. It's pretty cool. Just how one trick, which that's probably one of the most recent tricks, if not the most recent trick to get found in this game.
It's fast to do.
Yeah, it's nice, and it just changed, not a lot, but it changed enough that it's pretty important to learn.
Absolutely.
Now, I believe it was a height monkey. You opted not to catch him. Is this your personal route, or is this a route that you do because it's now faster with hip drop storage?
It's a route I do because it's faster with hip drop storage.
Okay. So, yeah, that's just an example. Really emphasizes how when I ran the game before hip drop versus what the current meta is. One monkey change that speeds things up. We're on yellow. I honestly do not understand yellow's mechanics if you would like to take a gamble at them. Oh, he hit you as he went up.
It was actually a teleport that hit me. Nice.
Okay. Well,
that was so early.
You noticed his helmet stayed yellow when we were killed or defeated.
Oops.
That is,
actually hitting that one.
That's pretty consistent. Not consistent. That's always gonna happen. If you get punished or if you die in a fight, you don't get punished and have to refight him. It keeps his HP. Like I said, I have no idea how that fight works, to be completely honest with you, Falco. But I'm happy that we got through yellow.
Yes, by the way, yes, he did shoot shurikens out of his,
As you're saying that, we just get a WTF instead. Yes, Yellow Monkey is everybody's favorite.
He's definitely mine.
If you want a real taste of yellow, I recommend Ape 2, but you know, that's another game for another day. We're here for Ape 3. Speaking of everyone's favorite, I love the Skyflyer.
Skyflyer's good.
I love this gadget. It lets you do some pretty crazy stuff, including a very you might not necessarily notice this tech. You're not meant to get up this the way we're doing it. We're able to do something called a fly, which basically, if you activate flyer, God, it's been so long I can't even remember how to describe a
If you activate the fly when you're in midair, you get extra height.
Yeah, thank you. It's the flyer in Ape 3 is really weirdly programmed, but a boost fly is in the first and the second and the third game. Nice dodge.
I don't like that guy.
Pay attention to these cannon enemies. They're gonna be coming back, and we're gonna do something very sneaky with them in this level. Also, that was nice. That is harder to do than you think.
Strats.
Just grabbing him and getting back onto the vine.
Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. You just have to accept it. Alright, time to play with the camera.
Yep. So this game doesn't have too much lag, but we're still gonna camera manipulate, and the reason we're gonna do that is because
The cannon enemies suck.
enemies that are not on screen or within a certain proximity of you just cannot attack. There are 2 cannons in there.
Sometimes it works with monkeys as well, but it doesn't work with this one. I tried it.
Yeah, there's a way to get him without the UFO, but we cannot figure out how to do it. There's one runner who does it, and I don't know if we've asked him or not, but yeah, that guy's hard to do. We're gonna come up here with Ninja and clean it up and enter the final area of this level, which is pretty deep. Right now we need enough monkeys that we pretty much have to go to levels in their entirety.
There's also a cool room with a centaur monkey on it, but we don't go there.
There is, but
Unfortunately.
it only has 2 monkeys, so in any percent, it's pretty hard to justify going there. Now, this outside area has, what, 6 monkeys just lying around. Also, shout out to Ochiman. Really shout out to Ochiman.
He really
dodged
didn't.
you like 5 times, dude.
He really didn't want to be caught.
So, these monkeys, their relative position is fixed, but as far as I know, once they are loaded in, they can change where they are. They have like a relative position, but after that, it's kind of like, all right, where's this guy? Where's this guy? I'm gonna head in this general direction and hope he's there.
That's pretty much what I do. But I found a consistent. I think I might have found something consistent route.
Nice. All that matters is that we're happy and we feel it's consistent. Alright. Also, that song is pretty good.
It
Toyland.
is.
We have a new mechanic coming up, which I will let you explain when we get there.
Oh yes, the
anything?
RC car. The actual race.
RC
The actual
car.
race car. It is so good that we don't get in it. Also nice.
Right? But on the way there, we've been talking a lot. Is there anything? I've been noticing donations. Do we have anything we want to talk about before we catch a few monks?
No worries, no worries. We haven't gotten new donations just now, but it is a good opportunity to talk about.
Not that one.
Sorry, did I interrupt?
No, that was just the analog is annoyingly sensitive. That's not on you. No worries.
Yeah. And Ape Escape was one of the franchises that really popularized DualShock. You know, it came. Was the original Ape Escape actually packaged with DualShocks, or did they just come out at basically the same time? If you happen to know.
I do know that there was a special Ape Escape DualShock for PAL regions. It was an emerald green, but I do not
Very
know about
cool.
other regions.
Got it. Yeah, I just know it was one of the first, basically one of the first games that had full proper digital support.
Not only was it the first that had it, it was the first that required it. So that's a fun
That's
fact.
right. Thank you.
No worries.
And
Yeah,
his
beyond
device.
that, you know, we've still got another. Let me do some real quick math. 6 hours of raising money for To Right Love in Her Arms. We are at a really monumental, against a $2,500 goal, which we all discussed and we thought was a little bit ambitious. We are at $4,100 raised
Nice.
for To Right Love in Her Arms. Thanks to all our amazing runners, their fun runs, putting on a great show for everyone, and those amazing viewers who showed up, hung out in chat, lurked, gave out gift subs and bits, and had just made this weekend something really special, both for I speak for myself and I think all of staff when I say that, and I hope you all are enjoying yourselves too doing this run. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, Ape Escape is near and dear to me, and you just jumped outside of the world. Where
I
did you go?
didn't.
He did. So right there, we used a little bit of. Oh, you're not using a homing pellet for this, should you?
I'm saving that. I'm saving
Um,
that for Spectre.
So basically, we used some interesting edge collision. We're able
There we go.
to jump on the edge of the box, which kind of shunted us into a weird semi out of bounds place. And with that, we can jump out and use the flyer to actually get under this like glass case you see there, instead of doing a giant RC car puzzle. And what that is gonna let us do is get in there the way the monkey didn't expect and catch him, instead of just losing, I don't know, the minute it takes to get an RC in there, do the puzzle. It's really annoying to do that.
I'd say it's closer to 40 seconds, depending.
So yeah, if 40 seconds means you have, like, I don't know, 2 tries to get that even. It's a pretty nice trick to know.
Yeah.
So here we're coming up on the Titanic level.
That monkey's name's
if you
James
haven't-
Cameron, by the way. Fun fact.
If you haven't noticed by now, again, the story is roughly that all of these are TV shows. The
And
monkeys
movies.
are currently filming. Yeah, and movies. Sorry, TV shows and movies. So each of these has had a theme. There was the Nightmare or not Nightmare. It was I think Jason is the name of the movie. This is Titanic. There's a lot of these themes that this game really goes into. So you might be able to recognize some of these. It's a fun little game to play and go, oh, I know what that is.
I know that where that's from. That was a great show.
There's-
That was a great movie.
Indeed.
I'm gonna watch that after this.
Oh, I was about to ask if you had enough cookies. You were confident in that, and then you accidentally took a dip. So
Yeah.
here we go.
We are gonna like deteriorate our health a little bit for our next boss, though. Intentionally. And you will see why.
Indeed. Indeed.
That monkey was
Also-
frozen with a smile on his face.
Shoutouts to the rowboat, everyone's favorite vehicle, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Favorite.
I'd say it's mine, to be honest.
I genuinely didn't expect you to say yes, you like it.
I love the rowboat.
Robot's pretty notorious in this game. Ooh, that's unfortunate. This elephant is mean. The robot's pretty notorious in the Ape Escape games as being incredibly awful to control because, again, requires the dual analogs. Translates to, we're going to use the dual analog in every possible way we can. So it's a rowboat with its tank controls fair. You have to spin each stick on their own together. It's weird.
Pretty much. The tank controls are the worst, so we don't use it.
You say that, but you use the giant mech, which basically is a tank, is it not?
Well, the robot and the tank are different, but in my opinion. For one, the tank shoots cannons and machine guns, while the robot just is one big heavy.
Look, Falco just doesn't want to admit that he likes the tank in some way. Alright, so nice first cycle. You actually have to be ready for that, or you're gonna miss that shot. And now we get Saint Nook,
Saint Nook is great.
a monkey who will take your net, except doesn't matter, we have Ninja. He's very mean. He's very, very mean. I cannot understate just how mean Saint Nook is. He's pretty notorious in the community.
Switching to ninja is valid for catching him.
Yes. It is completely justified to just get him and be done with it. Because you need 2 more monkeys in that stage anyway, and they can run away just as much as you can, but they're not as mean as him.
Oh no, Saint Nook. He's a big meanie.
Right, and we're heading into the desert level.
We have a
we
new morph,
get-
by the way. We use him.
We
We use it
do.
twice. We use it to summon Robin Williams. an absolute icon.
You got me. I was not expecting that. So we're actually running around some. You might have not noticed them. These pits in the ground. We need to be careful not to get them, or not to get sucked in them. And then after that, we're going to actually stun this monkey, which is going to give us time to run up to him. Nice, good backup for that. We want to stun him because if we don't, we're gonna have to use a morph gauge to get into his tent there. And morph is probably the most routed resource. Like the whole game is routed around morph. So if you use a morph when you didn't want to, you kind of just stuck there waiting for the gauge to come back because you kind of really need it. Unfortunate, not first cycle. There's quite a few places where we, like the Christmas tree, like the statue, and another 2 rooms later. You have to be really quick on the draw or you'll miss a cycle or trigger a cutscene. But thankfully, stuff like that is maybe 5 seconds, depending on it. It's not too bad. It's just it's annoying when you know you can make that and you don't.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, exactly. So we came in here just to get that one monkey because this stage has really awkward monkey placement. It might look like, well, why would you spawn the parrot, go in there and get a monkey? That's
something. Ow.
Oh, good. It's so far out of the way, but if you did not go in there, you would be 1 monkey short finishing this level. Nice. Now we're just gonna casually come into this room with Ninja, grab these guys, and be on our way. During this next setup, we're going to be putting our health down to 1 HP for a boss fight that I will we'll get to there. But I see we have a new donation. If now's a good time to read it, Falco.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Falco.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Now a
Got
good
it.
time?
Sorry.
Awesome,
Yeah, I
cool.
thought they might have said that the first time, but thank you for making sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of casually dropping in, Tigduan casually donated $200 and said, mental health services should be available to everyone. Don't give up. You are not a burden. You are stronger than you know. All right. Right back at you, Tigduan. Thank you so much for your tremendous generosity.
Thank you indeed. Really appreciate it. Alright, so here's our first use of the genie dancer, or I don't know what you call it.
Robin Williams.
There are.
He's an icon.
Robin Williams.
We're just gonna use him. So we need to teleport him into this room behind a glass door through vase magic, because Robin Williams is able to do that. Play some music to get the monkeys to dance, monkey dance, and move on through. And you'll notice that 4 monkeys into just a single lone monkey. Again, we had to go into that side room because if we didn't, we'd catch that lone monkey and then just be stuck there. Like, well, what do we do now? So, Pink, I will let you explain or just execute this because this is fascinating.
Okay. I run up to Pink Monkey to damage her. Death abuse here. Then I'll run up to her again. Nice!
Nice! That is optimal, Pink Monkey. There are backups for that, but they can cost up to a minute, just depending on what she does. That is a really impressive Pink Monkey. This game is really technical. There's a lot of stuff that needs done at specific times, at specific places, in specific ways, in terms of tricks, execution, boss fights, gadgets, when you swap, like all of that stuff. There's a lot that has to be paid attention to. You gotta know what monkeys are doing, where they're going. So like it is really, really impressive seeing some of these things done so optimally.
When no
That's what?
Yeah, it's just saying when no one's
3 bosses that have gone great. A little bit of a snafu on
yellow.
but you know, 3 out of 4.
Not bad. I'm a little bit worried about the next boss though.
At this point, we're in this for the long ride. Worst he does is, you know, take a life. You got a safety backup one. I call it a backup, but is it really a backup considering how mean this game is? Speaking of mean, this guy right here.
Mr. Krabs. SpongeBob me Bob.
SpongeBob my boy. Oh no. So, we have the club out until we are absolutely certain we can catch him. Because Mr. Krabs, who represents cancer, I'm gonna let y'all read into that, is super willing to spin on a dime and take your net from you. He's
Well, and now that we've caught him, I think we can confidently say that he's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
You got him. So that monkey right there we just caught is the only monkey in the game.
No.
Oh. Okay, so you got the net back. The only monkey in the game that really Saika saves time on, despite this fan club thing, pretty much all the monkeys are as easy as run up to and grab. In Ape 3, that is run up to Stun Club and grab. The Stun Club's really good in Ape 3. The hoop is kind of not good in terms of its gadget utility. So that one saves time. And also, we're doing the probably easiest clip in the game right now. You literally just push it at a wall and then tug slightly right, and you just clip through that.
It's very easy.
If you go home or try that one at home, you could probably do that. It's incredibly easy to pull off, and you'll be amazed. This
You
game
can even do it on the PS2 version.
Yes, you can. This game, just sort of pretense of how broken this game is. This game has no less than 8 ways to gain infinite height. Just consider that.
Quad jumps are the hardest, for me at least.
Yeah, we got quad jumps, we got monkey costume, we got opening the disc tray, we got net floats, we got what's the trick we've been doing all run?
Hip drop
Ground
storage.
pound storage. Yeah, hip drop storage. There's so many ways. Only 8? I'm sorry, we only have 8.
Only 8. A good game would have at least 9.
At least 9. You're right. But does a good game also have the super monkey song in it? Because I think this game might have it beat in terms of music. Only 8 escape? We're getting some puns.
Nice. We love our
No,
puns.
3 escape. It's right there in the title. I don't. Never
3
mind.
escape.
This is one of the good levels in this game. There
Oh,
is
yeah?
a Japanese exclusive Out of Bounds in this one.
Yep. This is why we are playing on the Japanese version of the game. I specified Japanese because I don't know if we talked about it. We're also on the PS3 version of the game, which is also why the game is in 16:9 because it has that option. Actually, I think the PS2 does as well, but like this one is meant or has a good 16:9, quote unquote good. It's weird talking about 16:9 on a 4:3 game, but there is actually something we'll talk about why we're on the PS3 version. But for the Japanese version, it is this level in particular is why we play Japan.
And you'll see.
And we're coming.
You'll see in just a moment.
Yep, this next room has it. Oh, well, not this next room. My bad. I missed. It's like 3 rooms away.
Yeah, 3 rooms.
That was my bad. I'm mixing the level pattern up.
Or 2.
Again, there's like what 28 monkeys in every level. It's insane. All right, and there's a boy again. He's back.
We love him.
That's That's the navigator. We got him. Now we're moving up to our best friend. What's this guy? The Casino King. You know his name?
Nope, I forgot.
Let's see. Saru Saru. I think that was his name. Very, very innovative name there.
I'll take your word for it. Because I forgot his name. I know this guy's name is Mr. P. For some reason.
That's Mr. P.
Well, that's... Fun fact about the monkeys, in the US and the Europe, their names are different.
Yup. Actually, I highly recommend you watch someone play the European copy of this game.
Absolutely.
The monkey names are to die for. Like, the American names are all like Steve and Joe and Bob and stuff like that.
The
But
UK names
The
are
UK names are like
great.
Mr. P and Forget Me Not and Punch My Winkles, and you're like, what are these names?
Again,
It's
play the PAL version. Their names are great. Also, the voice acting's great too.
Yeah.
It's not just the monkeys' names that are changed; it's also the VAs.
Yeah,
So-
the people rag on the PAL version of Ape 2. I think that's justified. The PAL version of Ape 3 deserves all the love that it really gets. It's great.
I didn't want to touch that.
All right. So I mentioned earlier that we're doing a Japanese exclusive edit bounds. We're gonna catch this guy, and now we're gonna show it off. If you'd like to talk about this one while you.
I want to get
perform.
rid of this guy first because he's annoying.
Yeah, the cannon will just knock you out of it.
Right then, let's get this thing shut out. We're gonna hip drop storage over that if we can.
We got this. Let's go.
That's slow,
Nice,
but it's going
okay.
to work. Just fly over it.
Hip drop storage completely skips the second step, doesn't it? You just go straight in.
Nice. Yep, we do.
Wow.
There is a way to skip
So-
this cutscene.
Yeah, you need to enter holding forward. You can't
Nice.
spend time spinning your hoop up or anything. Also, nice hip drop storage again. That it's not as easy as it looks to hip drop storage. That the series of inputs is actually kind of annoying to do, especially since you have to do it while moving, or you just kind of like lay there and you look dumb. So
It gets.
it's
It
a lot
takes getting
going
used
on.
to.
Yeah. All right, personal thing that I do. That green monkey. I always forget that Gamish is standing there. How many times have you entered this room and just immediately bonked into him and gone, "Oh yeah, there's a monkey there." I
Quite
do
a few
it
times.
every run. Every run, I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Quite a few times.
We're gonna camera manip again. There are two UFO monkeys. UFO monkeys.
Oops.
The goal was to get them both.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, if you had a slightly wrong path, this happens. But we just have to take the UFO out.
I had a bad camera angle.
5 hits. All good though. Even getting one of them is pretty good. Samurai running indeed. We're going full ninja there.
We are.
All right, airplane squadron, and now we're coming up on, I believe, Kung Fu. Is
Yep.
that the next level?
Kung Fu
This
Alley
is-
or Kung Fu Street, wherever it's called in your home region.
And we are getting a new morph. Now, I have to be honest. This is probably my least favorite level in the game because of how long it is. What do you think of this level?
It has yellow cars in it, and I don't like them.
Oh,
They look like
I
taxis.
keep getting thrown curveballs here. I don't know what to say to this. It's it's a great 5 a.m. run for you. That's all.
Ah.
That's what
I thought I was gonna
that's
make that.
unfortunate. Thankfully, if you fall, you only lose a single cookie in Ape 3. if you played the original Ape 1, then you probably expected him to lose all 5 cookies in a full life there. But no, in Ape 3 and Ape 2, they changed it. It was super nice, and they said, no, 1 cookie. We also did that backwards. You're not supposed to do that. And now we're going to do something else backwards. We're going to do a net drop to get up to the top of this instead of hitting the Kung Fu switches and activating the walls and all that. And we're just going to come here.
Yeah, we don't need to do all that because that's slow.
That's very slow when you can just fly up there. So before I keep calling net. Before hip drop storage, we used to do something called net floating. I don't believe we see any in the run anymore. Correct? You have no plans to do one?
I used to do net floats, but I don't do them anymore.
Yeah. They were a couple more inputs to do. And you gained not infinite height. With hip drop storage, you can gain infinite height. So it was a slight change up. Basically, it's user approach. A lot of these, depending on how quick you can do the inputs here. But yeah, the old way was to do that. Now we just hip drop storage, call it a day. And now we're gonna get a double catch with one of the only times you're gonna see this costume actually used. I think you see it, what, one more time?
Yeah, you'll see it once more. Don't run away from me. Thank you.
Well, at least he's running and not attacking you.
Yeah.
Now, this screen single-handedly has, what, 7 monkeys in it?
I believe so.
This is a absolutely massive screen. And here's all those yellow cars you said you should test.
I don't like
right?
them.
Don't like them. There's actually a cycle in this room you can make to get onto the last ledge.
I'm gonna try and go for it.
Really well. Nice. I root for that cycle. I hope you get it. So there's just monkeys everywhere. There was a monkey on our left right there we could have grabbed, but the monkeys, yeah, the monkeys we have here are more optimal. Like there's 2 right here. That's I'm trying to remember the dentist's name. He has a funny name.
I can't remember his name.
I want to say it's like Dr. Teeth or something, but
Probably.
again, it's monkeys you really need to check out here. We're gonna do a ninja rope. This guy is surprisingly hard to catch. Like you'll think you caught him and you'll jump, and you absolutely do not catch him. You just fall down. Did we get it?
Ah, we didn't.
Ah, that's unfortunate. We need to come up here because there is 1 monkey here before we head to the final room for the last 3 monkeys.
This last room's gonna be a
clean
pain.
Alright, and now we got, I'm trying to remember what these guys are. If you play Ape Academy 2, that game only came out in Japan and PAL regions. You can see all of the Ape 3, well not all of them, but a large collection of Japanese and PAL Ape 3 names. If you don't want to play Ape 3, I recommend giving that a look through, just like the card catalog, because you can get a lot of names.
You absolutely have to. It's
OD
necessary.
Guard. Bet you guys can't guess what Bodhi Guard does. Alright. Red, I will let you focus on this because it's pretty tedious to do this, right? Oh, unfortunate.
Red monkeys are right.
Yeah, he has a lot of specific timings to things. That was nice.
I like the Sun Wukong and perhaps even a Dynasty Warrior specific Sun Wukong design. It's a good look.
Right? He even has this. I think it's like a little black cap, but every time I see it, I just think he has the I think he has like that specific hairdo. It's really it's a design choice. That was a. Did you get him or did you just stun him there?
I can never really remember how to
Yeah.
get him fast.
There's a way to do each of these floors in one set of hits, but it's pretty annoying to successfully land all of those optimally. Alright,
Yeah, pretty much.
Bait.
Ah,
try to get. Unfortunately, he got us.
his UK voice is a riot, by the way.
Yeah, I think. Is it I'd say. I wonder if they changed voice actors throughout the games.
I feel like they did it with Blue Monkey from Ape 2 to Ape 3.
I know that they changed Spectre because Spectre is pretty notorious for having a different voice actor in every game.
In Ape Escape 1, I believe he sounds like David Bowie. And I'm talking Goblin King David Bowie. And in Ape 3, he sounds more like Dick Dastardly. Ape 2 and Ape 3 in those games. We have to go this way because there's
Do we
Ned.
have a moment, folks?
We have a moment.
Okay, thank you. So Corey in the chat has an announcement, and I, as the Corey on the microphone, apparently have the honor of transmitting it on his behalf. This is now the largest, the most money that a For the Love of Gaming event has ever raised.
Let's go.
Thank you so much to everyone. That's tremendous. I heard something from Corey earlier, speaking, might have been in confidence, but I think it really tells the story behind it, that when this thing kicked off, he was worried that it was all just kind of gonna fall apart because there were still elements that he was patching, getting the timer working behind the scenes, basically taking a thread and needle and sewing it all together himself as the event was starting. And yeah, everyone here has made it a tremendous success, so thank you so much.
Yeah, big congrats to everyone running the show, running the games, all of it. Super awesome that we're able to get together and do this.
Shout out everyone at FTLG.
Alright, so we're back to the cars. You might have noticed last time that if you play this casually, you probably expect these cars to just kind of take off. Turns out they're actually based on where you're located. So if you never hit the trigger, then the cars never activate, and you can just sit there and
You can just
use your sling back.
spam
It's
some
great.
shot. It's amazing.
And that's one reason it's good, and that's why the cars just don't take off, because if you let those cars take off, yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Let's just, yeah. Good luck is a good way to say that. Alright, and we're pretty much doing everything here backwards. We really don't want to do any of this level the intended order, so
That sounds
you're
slow.
pretty much gonna see. Yeah, the intended way, that's slow. So we're gonna jump up here through the unintended way, turn into ninja, and then get our little ninja doll to hit a button to a door, not the intended way. And we're gonna head up in here. Now, are you going for...
I'm going for it.
the catch? Alright. So there's a mermaid here. We're gonna completely ignore the mermaid because there's a more important target here. It's this guy.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
that's alright. There's a backup I can get. It's just 30 seconds slower.
We wanted to catch him through the wall. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, which means, as Falco said, we do need to go get a backup, but it's not going to be too bad at 30 seconds here. So we're coming into another UFO room. We can manipulate this, but we're coming in from the back, which, again, we're not supposed to be from the back. So those two UFO monkeys are just kind of, huh? What? And now we get a really fun interaction where we come into the water and instantly get sucked up to the top because turns out the game never expects you to come from the back. Shocking that is. And there's no actual water until you get into that room, which then shoots us up to the surface, where 9 times out of 10 you just get smacked.
I'm gonna catch this guy first.
What?
Right, now for the backup monkey. We go through these lasers. I'm
Nice,
gonna
one cleared.
I'm gonna crawl through that one.
Yeah, fun fact you might not have known, you can just crawl under all of those lasers. So many people try to like jump through these and do some awesome moves, and then they trigger a laser and they have to redo the whole thing again.
Some neat little parkour. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. We're gonna do this room in unintended way. Shock, shock. Grab this guy, and now
PS3
we're going
physics.
Yep, we're going to grab. This is the other thing that the PS3 did. This is why we're running on PS3. It's because that lava is gonna hit us, and then it's gonna hit us one time.
We don't need
As
it.
long as we're in this stage, we'll never hit it again. And if now's a good time, I see another donation came in while we clean up this stage. If you're okay with that, Falco.
I'm okay with that.
All right. I mean, if you're gonna have me do it, this donation comes in from, I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of this name. Ada Tree, something like that. Anyways, I donated $82, and I said, as promised, $5 for every time I hit an obstacle, plus $1 for every minute my run went. What else can I say? FTLG rocks.
Thank
And
you
I
so
mean
much
that.
for the donation.
Thank you all, everyone.
It's a nice, a fun night. We're all here at midnight to 5 a.m. Let's enjoy it. Keep the entertainment going.
We don't have to catch any more monkeys, by the way.
Right.
We just have to
also,
rush
we
the
gotta
stage.
do more. So yeah, this stage, it says you're supposed to catch monkeys. I think. No, it just says you're supposed to catch Spectre. Fun thing about when a stage says just catch Spectre, it literally means just catch
Fine.
Spectre. So all the monkeys, we're
matter.
finally gonna just let the monkeys live their life in Tomoki City.
Oh, good. That
That's
escaped ape from earlier will be very
Yes.
happy to hear it.
Let's go.
I hope you're still here, Escaped Ape, because you are free to live in Tomoki City.
That's not good. I dropped an input.
You can't. I think you can save it with Flyer. No, unfortunate. So this is probably one of the biggest skips in the game.
There we go.
We used to do this a really challenging way. It was like 5 net float chains together. With this new tech, it's just do it. There's some complications on how you gain horizontal distance
I'm just
in
gonna
this game.
play.
But basically what you need to know is as long as we are falling without using the sky flyer, you will continue moving horizontally forward, and that lets us just completely bypass all of that. And now the 4 hardest monkeys in the game to catch, no joke, even with ninjas, these guys are impossible. Absolutely amazing. We don't have to catch any of them in any percent because it's not unrealistic. You mentioned while we were prepping for the run that you did an all monkeys run. How
Yeah.
many times did you have to ride this elevator to catch these 4 guys?
Only about. Okay, I can't actually remember, but I think it was about 4 times.
4 times? That's pretty realistic. You will jump and swing the net and the game will just go, nah.
Now you need the Miracle Ninja for those ones. Actually, I think it's Kung Fu Master you need. You can do it with that.
Also, thank you
Um,
for the hydration reminder.
yeah. I was hydrating because that's my only downtime for this game.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought
I'm
to
not
use
gonna make
hip
that.
drop storage that way.
I'm
I
not
like
gonna make that.
Yeah, so because Falco activated the flyer, you only get so far, like I said, with the horizontal distance. So we're gonna use 2 flyers, and we're gonna completely do this section not the intended way. And again, we don't need any monkeys, so we're just gonna do the puzzles, get through this, and be on our merry way.
You can skip all this, by the way, but I don't know the right spot to like activate hip drop storage.
Oh, you can do that with hip drop storage too? That's even better.
Oh yeah, you can skip this entire section, but I don't know how to do that.
I knew you could do it with net floats. I guess it makes sense you could do it with hip
Ah.
drop storage then. Oh no!
I dropped an input. Again.
Well,
I could have sworn I pressed R1.
When is it not gonna happen? It's fine. It's the game. It's the game. I have faith. It's not you. You would never drop an input at a marathon run, right?
Skill issue.
This skill issue. It's really funny. Nobody but you and me understand why that's funny. But it is. And now, we're gonna do another one. Another hip drop storage. We're gonna skip again the entire level. Like, I really can't emphasize we're gonna skip it because we can and we don't need the monkeys. So we are. Now there is a skip in this final room, but I don't believe you go for it, Falco.
No,
you just
I
take
don't
the
go
buttons.
for it. Fun fact, the
that's
first time I learned net float, I saved 20 minutes off of a PB.
It's pretty crazy how much time just adding one infinite height that you're comfortable doing to your run can. Even if you lose 10 minutes trying to get it throughout the run, it saves silly time over the full course.
If you ever start running this game, absolutely learn hip drop storage.
Yep. Hip drop storage, you can learn net float. Quad jumps are worth looking into, but hip drop storage is so good. So good.
It's more
Jeez, the
worth
free-
learning than quad jumps.
The free time save in my game is 22 seconds. Talk about 20 minutes. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
Alright,
the Afro Gunso now.
Right. Hardest boss in the game, right?
I think so. Depending.
He's not playing nice. Oh.
Tamuki?
Oh no. Smokey, please.
I'm
Was a
having
joke.
trouble. I'm having a skill issue. There we go.
It was a joke. There we go.
There we go. I got him.
All right. So all you have to do is hit Tomoki in the back, and then you just loop him. Unfortunately, as you saw there, hitting Tomoki in the back can be a bit of a nuisance.
You either get him in less than 10 seconds or you don't.
So you'll notice, guess what's at the bottom? That's not a monkey counter, meaning we don't have to do this level.
Ow.
And
I walked right into that one.
really want to emphasize for the people who've last played this game casually, we're just gonna skip it.
Ow.
You just saw a really cool clip there, and then Falco, if you'd like to explain.
Basically,
What
it's
is
just
about
another
to
wall
come
clip.
up?
Oh, and here?
Yeah, in here.
What the game wants you to do is to go through all the TV studios and shut them off. But, we like those shows, so we're going to keep them on.
Yeah, we're gonna let the TV shows run, and we're gonna skip it. So that's my favorite phrase for A3 now is we're gonna skip
We're going to
it.
skip it.
So yeah, you might remember this room being incredibly long for a stage. No,
Nah.
turns out that floor doesn't exist. Also, this lava here
You can walk on
is
it.
just broken. This lava here just doesn't work.
Yeah, you can walk on it.
I learned that one day while running, and I was talking about the lava bug in PS3, and another member of the community, B-Man, Rules U21, was like, no, that lava's just broken. That has nothing to do with being on PS3. Fun fact there. Alright, last little quote-unquote mob, and that's it. That's been Space Station.
Well, we didn't get to see the rooms.
Congratulations.
I would like to show them off when I get a good All Monkeys time.
I look forward to when you submit All Monkeys and get to show that game or that run off to everyone here. I don't think All Monkeys has been in a marathon, so that would be pretty cool.
It'd be nice to show off. This is the absolute last thing we need to do now. Spectre.
Yep. Spectre.
or as most Ape Escape players know, Spectre 1. There is a Spectre 2, but not in any percent, there's not. So all we have to do is fight the giant mecha. Someone mentioned mecha. Was that last run that mecha got mentioned, or was that this run? Either way, we got mecha, and we're gonna show this mecha how it works.
Switch to the wizard. Get rid of break his fingers. Then we switch to I want to say Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
that-
Sailor Moon works. I can't think of what her name is either. And just take that cog out, and then we have a time limit to take that cog out. If we don't, then we have to do the cycle again, which is really important that we knock it out with the that costume. I'm just gonna call it Sailor Moon because now I can't think. We're gonna have to do it again. Yeah, I like that too. It's definitely that too.
Yeah, with the pink and white and kind of magical girl
No,
elements, something around
You're
the sun.
100% there. That is definitely Card Captain Sakura.
And
All right.
Kig1 wants us to know that if we were trying to figure out what Sailor Moon's name was, Usagi, at least in
Her name was
the
Sayaka.
original. Yeah.
No, this is Sayaka. To go back to the SpongeBob jokes. No, this is Sayaka.
Patrick. Yeah, I had the same thought. Thank you.
Alright, and we have one cog left on the body.
Ah, I got hit.
Unfortunate, but thankfully it's not too bad. It's what, 5 hits. There we go. These missiles are mean, but what's even more mean is this section right here. If there's a game mode in this called Survival, where you basically get 5 cookies and then you just hope that you can get through this. If you don't burn a costume to put up your shield, that little approach right there can very easily just take you out. Alright, we're gonna destroy these last 2 cogs on the face. With that, we're gonna hit Spectre, and we're gonna finish the mech, and we are in the final Spectre fight. So, time's coming up when we finish this fight. We're gonna hit Spectre. With that, take him down, hit him with 3 explosives, and then hopefully finish it super soon. Next time we knock him out, I'll let you call it.
Alright.
He's being mean. But we got this.
Oh no.
Spectre?
Disaster.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Disaster struck. It's fine. We just have to wait. Normally, you'd come in here with more explosives, but missing them, it happens.
No rest for the wicked.
Hey, you know, it wouldn't be a marathon without this.
There we go.
And
time.
GG's.
Alright.
Congratulations.
What was my time?
Looks like it's right about 1:21:20. That might be a little high, so you can take a few seconds if you want.
Ooh.
That's a PB.
Yo, nice!
Nice.
Time to watch it back and make sure. Then you'll want to grab that VOD, or if you were making a local recording, to double check my work.
I'm totally gonna link the VOD.
Yo, congratulations, Tempest.
You're Tempest. Congratulations. I'm going to
Falco.
bed.
You know what? Congratulations to everyone who's in this room right now, except for me.
Congratulations,
you know what?
For
T3.
making that PB happen.
You were here, FTLG community.
Or
You
if
were
you're,
here.
If you're an Evangelion fan, congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, wonderful.
Well then. Yeah, thanks for having me so much, Falco. I don't want to take your spotlight. If you have any shoutouts or anything you want to do. Again, massive BB. Congrats on that.
I'm proud of that.
You should be.
Given that I haven't played this, done a full run of this in since my All Monkeys PB,
Yeah.
which was
And
over a month ago.
in the middle of the night, your time. You know.
I just played
maybe-
better at these hours. It
Yeah.
seems.
Yeah, maybe you need to try that again.
Maybe I should.
I like it.
Alrighty. Well, coming up next, we're going to give you a little something fun that we like to do as part of the For the Love of Gaming marathons. We're going to do an interview block. I am still confirming everyone who's going to be joining us, but as soon as we have that taken care of, we'll be doing an interview with some of our runners. Everything from how they got into speedrunning to which other person in the call do they think they could take in a fight. So it should be a fun time.
Sounds great. Sounds like a whale of a
Get ready
time.
for that. And we'll be back in just a few, including, I think, our own Lance Corporal Falco.
Hello, that's me.
We'll see you all there in just a moment.
I told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you can know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that? It's just stupid.